Morning all. So today we're going to be going through Nuvola Distribution, partnering with Gamma for Microsoft Teams Direct Routing. So my name's Craig. I'm the Business Development Manager here at Nuvola Distribution. We've got Paul Craft from Gamma, who is the MS Teams and IP Voice Solution Specialist. And we've also got Ian Blackman, who is the Gamma Account Manager here at Nuvola. So firstly, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Nuvola, who we are, and then what we do, and then I'm going to hand over to Paul to go through Gamma, and then I'll go through a little bit more about partnering with Nuvola and Gamma, and then we'll go over to a Q&A, which will be with Ian. So first thing, about Nuvola. So we started off as a professional service business in 2010, providing white label services to our partners, enabling them to transition to new products. So we've been doing cloud products now for about 5 years, and we did about 6 years ago. We actually had our own UCaaS solution. So we look at ourselves rather than a broader line VAD. We're a distributor delivering products and services to the channel. So as I mentioned, enables our partners to take on a product without having to spend a lot of money to skill up, but it also gives them the confidence that they know that they have a company like Novola who can help with end users. In Novola, we've got 5 divisions looking at different sides of the business, which we'll go through shortly, but it shows that we have focus and understanding on all the products that we offer and support. So just looking at the presence of Nuvola, so we're based in the UK. We have our head office in Reading, and also within the last 12 months, we opened an Irish business trading in Southern Ireland. So we've got offices and a warehouse over there. So what this means is, so we've got partners all over the world. Europe is key for us, and in the last 12 months, we probably did about a third of our business in Europe. So it's a key focus for us moving forward. And with the Irish business, there's no tax complications, which means that we can trade fairly between Southern Ireland and the rest of Europe. And as you can see, the partners that we've got all over the world. So a few numbers with regards to Nuvola. So we've been going for about 12 years now. We've got over 600 partners. We do business in about 50 different countries. As I mentioned, we've got 5 technology arms, or 5 divisions, as I call them. We've got around 22 vendors, and we've got 12 engineers who are based all around the UK. And then some of the services that we provide. So as you can see, we've got pre-sales support, we've got a 24-hour support help desk, we do maintenance, logistics, marketing, finance, professional services, and obviously sales, which is a given. So as I mentioned, so we've got 5 divisions within Novola. We've got our intelligent networks, unified comms, cloud, meeting rooms, and professional services. So we'll touch on these and what we do. Firstly, so one of the first divisions that we've got is intelligent networks. So this is all about the network layer, the what if scenario. So delivering bandwidth, aggregating it, and ensuring that prioritization is put in place for voice, for example. We have a number of products that we can deliver at home, so it can be good for hybrid working or in the office. So Sangoma is in there. This is all around the ISDN SIP converters. So with ISDN switch off happening in 2025, a lot of players are having to look for different options for their partners. So some of them will already have the traditional PBX, which they're still sweating, but what they'd like to do is make use of their SIP lines. So Sangoma is a strong product in that respect. Then we've got adaptive. So for example, this is all around SD-WAN, so packet sizing, aggregation, resilience out on hybrid workers. So for example, contact centers need quality of service, ensuring that their calls are okay, there's no latency. And this is where adaptive are good as they're low cost, and it allows you to deliver exactly what you want for the end users. And we've got unified communications. This is a traditional part of the business. This is mainly around products when you're talking about on-prem solutions, but also hybrid. So all the products we have there not only fit into on-prem, but hybrid as well. We have new products in there, such as SpectraLink, who have just delivered a solution where you can use your DECT or wireless connect phone situation, where you don't have to take on the direct routing into Teams. This actually bypasses this, so you can use their handsets as you would normally. And also, so as you can see there, so all these products in here are still relevant. We have commodity type products such as the JPL headsets, and we also as well do the Yealink headsets, which are very popular in the UCaaS scene and are very complementary to the Teams solution. Next, we have our cloud side of the business. So this is where we're growing very, very fast. And as you can see, we have a number of products in there, such as Gamma, which we're going to touch on shortly. So for this is a very consultative approach. So all these products are leaders in the UCaaS space, such as 8x8, RingCentral, Gamma, Enfon, but not every product fits every solution. So what we like to do is we like to become a very consultative approach when we're looking at this side of the business. So what we like to do is understand the requirement, and then what we will do is then position the right product. It's quite price sensitive market, so again, you have to have the right product with the right opportunity, otherwise you're not going to win the business. So we're very good at that, and what we like to do is when we're looking at the opportunity, we'll understand exactly what is required. And it's something that we will continue to build upon. So this is all based around wholesale. So apart from the RingCentral side of things, so what we mean by wholesale is you buy from us and then you'll bill your customer. So there's a lot of talk about agency models, which is what RingCentral run, but we find a lot of our partners like to keep hold of that control with their customers, and that's where the wholesale model comes in. And then what we have here, we've got our meeting room solutions. So again, this is a very hot topic. So you're working with interactive screens with Microsoft Teams alongside Yealink. So again, meeting room solutions with the Teams solution is very popular. A lot of people now are talking about it as people are now starting to gradually come back into the office. So so the meeting room solution is something that we've got. And then finally, we've got our professional services. So it's a key part of the business. We have, like I mentioned, we have engineers all around the UK. And we do, like I said, we do a lot of business in Europe. But every product we sell, we offer a service level. It may be level 1 up to level 3. But every product we sell, we offer a service around. And yeah, so that's from me. I'd like to now hand over to Paul at Gamma, and he'll be able to go through the Gamma products.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Craig. So let me share my screen. Okay. So good morning, everyone. So I'll just need to move. Yeah, so morning everyone. Yeah, Gamma's really excited to have the partnership with Novola, and we're very much looking forward to working with them and their partners. So my name is Paul Craft. I'm the IP voice and Teams direct routing solution specialist here at Gamma. In the form of the agenda, over the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to be touching on some of the numbers, some of the compelling events which are going on, and what we're seeing in the market today. Also a snapshot of who Gamma are, talk through our value proposition, and I'll be able to give you a chance to have a look at a demo of our voice app as well. Then at the end, sort of wrap up with a bit of a Q&A at the end. So, where are we now? So the events that have we've all experienced over the last couple of years have really created some new challenges that need to be addressed. Many organizations need to tackle these challenges head on if they want to be successful in balancing that productivity and well-being of their staff. With an increase of the remote workforce, it's important for employers really find new ways to keep workers engaged and connected. whilst keeping them from being overwhelmed at the point where productivity turns to stress and burnout. Also need to be mindful of how we as individuals and customers have also shifted our behaviour when it comes to procuring products and services. So one solution which has been used to address some of these challenges is Microsoft Teams. So many of you have probably already seen some of these staggering numbers before, but many customers have already been adopting Microsoft Teams in their daily lives for instant messaging, sharing presence, document sharing, making those internal calls, and primarily sort of setting up their video meetings, etc. But all of this can be done in one place with Teams, and it brings that's where it really brings that additional opportunity with the introduction of Teams Phone, where there's approximately 11 million desktop licenses in the UK, but only under 10% are really voice-enabled Teams today, and that's where we can help and where that opportunity lies. So Gamma, we saw this opportunity early. We already provided that voice connectivity for previous Microsoft solutions, such as Skype for Business, Link, OCS, and it made sense for us to do this for Teams. So we went big and we made a huge investment to build that dedicated Teams architecture using our market-leading SIP connectivity. As you can clearly see on the graph here, where the growth is coming from and expected, it's not from the calling plans highlighted in blue. That growth is really going to be driven from direct routing, and we're looking to take more of that market share in the orange section highlighted there. I've seen some other numbers, more recent numbers coming through, and it's even going up to sort of 4 to 5 million active users by 2026 within the UK for direct routing. We've been providing our direct routing service for over 2.5 years now, and we're pleased to say that 100% uptime we've adhered to. So it's a rock solid platform, and we've got enabled approximately about 500,000 users on our network today and growing, and we're waiting for Microsoft to really name us as that market leading direct routing provider. Craig's already sort of touched on this earlier, but don't forget that other factor, that compelling event which is coming up, that PSTN switch off. So those customers will need to move to all IP services by 2025. So next year brings the start of that stop sell, and many exchanges have already started moving. 2025, BT are switching off their public switch telephone network and their integrated services digital network. Openreach announced this back in 2018, and the target in 2025 is for every phone line in the UK to be digital, and this will affect all residential and business customers. It also aligns with the UK government's promise to see about 15 million premises connected to full fibre by 2025. So who are Gamma? For anyone that's not familiar with us, Gamma are part of the UK national switching infrastructure. Our network, we're set up in 2001, and our network interconnects with all the major UK and international fixed and mobile carriers. And approximately about 30% of all business traffic goes over our network today. We are the first to provide SIP in the UK, and as such, we're the market leaders, with nearly half of all SIP services coming to Gamma last year, making us larger than top 3 competitors combined. And all of that was supporting over 6 million business users through our network. That's one part. Another section is that Gamma are a Microsoft partner in our own right. So we actually do hold accreditations around voice, and especially around there's only a handful with this calling for Teams advanced specialization as well. So previously, anyone familiar with voice in Teams? Previously there was business voice and there was phone system add-on licenses, but all of this has now moved to one license called Teams Phone. So the Teams Phone license enables that phone system capability within Teams, but for an end user, it simply means that they'll receive a dial pad where they'll be able to make external calls and receive calls all from that one application on one platform. And really, it's as simple as that, and why many customers today are sort of moving and voice enabling Teams. Microsoft have made some huge investments around the voice capability, and now it provides a richer calling experience, call queues, auto attendance, music on hold, one-to-one PSTN call recording, group pickup, call park. Everything you would generally expect from a phone system is now part and parcel, and they continue to make huge developments in that calling space. This really moves us to voice enabling teams and how you can do that with direct routing. So this really just gives you a simple idea of what you need to get that in place. The underlying base license, the M365 or Office 365 license with Teams, you then get that new Teams phone add-on license, or any of your customers with an E5 license, that already includes it. You have an internet connection, and then you need Nuvola's direct routing with Gamma. So very simply here, users at the bottom right, will make a call that will go over the internet into the Office 365 network, connect with the tenant over the interconnect we have directly into the Gamma network, where our SBCs, special boarded controllers, can handle that traffic and then route over our STIP to the outside world, to the PSTN public switch telephone network. This slide here, sort of in a nutshell, provides our value proposition and what we've put in place. All of this is provided in a per user per month cost. We are, as you said, market leader in SIP, and SIP's included within this fully managed cloud service. So we're providing a high available service. So we've got carrier grade, Microsoft certified SBCs across multiple data centers in the UK, which are geographically diverse, for a high available service. You get a resilient SIP build included in part of that service. We've got huge interconnects directly into Microsoft, directly into Azure. And all of this is really providing that no hardware included or needed. It's providing that as a fully managed cloud service, high available, fully resilient and scalable service. We've got easy ordering management and automation. I will be showing you the voice app very shortly, and that's really around a fully automated provisioning journey. So we've removed the requirement for PowerShell to connect the service, so I'll be able to walk that through. It also allows you to simply allocate DDIs to the users. With the service, you get forward management, so the capability of being able to put daily and weekly thresholds in place on the customer's call spend. So that's included. And probably the biggest one is something called STCM, SIP Trunk Call Manager. So this is a massive differentiator for us and why some customers have moved to using the services. It gives additional capability for call routing, for geographic and non-geographic numbers, all within one portal. So it gives you full control over the customer's numbers and environment at a network level. So a good example for this is providing disaster recovery. So if Teams has a wobble, customers' connectivity goes down, whatever the reason, you can pre-bake disaster recovery plans that then move to any calls go to a hunt group of mobiles. It could go to a voicemail to email or an announcement, for instance. So you've got, as I said, that full control, and it works for business continuity. And I'll touch on it in a minute, and reporting as well. With the service, you get a huge call bundle included. So there's a flexible calling plan for those out of bundled minutes and for international calls. The call bundles give you 2,000 UK GA minutes, 010203, and 2,000 UK mobile minutes as well. And those minutes are pooled across all users. So effectively, it's really going to be an unlimited call bundle for UK GA and UK mobile. So all of that there summarizes, is that provided in that per user per month cost. Next for is really a bit more of a techie slide. It's quite straightforward, really. Any of your customers which are already on the Janet network, the academic network, then we've got that private connectivity existing within the service. Otherwise, really what this is saying is we've got that Gamma carrier tenant, that dark blue in the middle. The provisioning service will actually connect up your customer's tenant, Office 365 tenant, and the Gamma carrier tenant. That will then flow through via those interconnects into our network via these certified carrier grade SBCs, via the STIP, into out to the PSTN for the calls. So this is just a bit more detail on the sort of architecture that has been put in place. So we get asked this quite a bit around the calling plans. Either customers during the pandemic jumped to teams, needed to get up and running quickly, or using a calling plan today. We see many of those customers moving from calling plans to direct routing. And really just a few gotchas here that we've seen why those customers are moving, or if they're evaluating the best way to voice enable teams, at least you've got a couple of different options. So straight off the bat, cost. The call rates are expensive, and the actual service is costly compared to direct routing. Each user will need to input their company credit card for these communication credits. So if out of bundled minutes, international calls will be taken via the communication credits, which need to be continually topped up. There's no fraud management, so there's no control over that call spend. Any non-geographic numbers, 03 and 08, are not provided within the service. They are with our service with Citron Call Manager, so you get that full control over those numbers. And then probably most important around that flexibility and support. So Novola, you've got direct contact to Novola to raise any issues, support, and also you've got that kind of flexibility. Porting, SLAs, etc. All of this is provided with Novola and Gamma as one. So the provisioning process and Gamma voice apps, this is where we made a huge developments within the service. And the most recent being that we've improved that provisioning journey, and I'll demo that in a second. So speed of deployment, that's why really we've done this. Speed of deployment, less resources, and saving that time and effort to be able to get the service up and running. So customers can really voice enable teams very quickly. That improves obviously the user experience. We've moved it to a web app, so anyone with global Office 365 rights, admin rights, or Teams rights will be able to log in to the web app and be able to manage and provision the service. You can now provision things called resource accounts as well for hunt groups, call queues, and auto attendance as well, assign numbers to those resource accounts. So hopefully be able to show you the next screen, which is the Gamma voice app. So hopefully you're seeing that okay. So there's two things to bear in mind. You need to have a qualified Microsoft plan. So you need to have 2 Teams phone licenses unassigned for the initial setup, and you need to be a global Office 365 admin. So either that's yourself or it will be the customer themselves. So what they do is log into the web app using their Office 365 credentials, entering the password, multi-factor authentication, accept the permissions, and what it will do is just pull through the company name, you confirm that that's correct, and run the PowerShell command. So in the background it's doing this, it's registering the domains, the PSTN usage, voice routing policies, and it adds up the licenses, those team licenses, and then unassigned. So now they're fully available for you to reassign to active users after this piece. So that is the setup, that's done, and that's in virtual real time. That service is now connected. So that now once a global DNS has happened, which Microsoft quotes 72 hours, but we're seeing that generally between 3 and 4 hours. Once that global DNS is available, the service will be up and ready, and your numbers will be populated. So next section here, so that's done. The global admin, that's their job done. This is now reduced down to Teams admin level, and this is where you can assign numbers to DDIs, numbers to users. So it pulls through the Active Directory, so the name, email address, and whether they've got a Teams phone license assigned, and very simply pick and choose the individual numbers that you wish. We do have a bulk upload feature as well, so if you've got those larger deployments, one-off, you can extract the Excel file and be able to upload that and populate the DDIs to the users very quickly. So that's just a quick view of the voice app. To really, you can see, hopefully you can see how quick, easy it is to actually get provisioned and get going. Everything else you would then do in the Teams admin center as normal for setting up call queues, auto attendance, and anything else related to the Teams phone system. Okay, I mentioned Citrix Call Manager. Now, I'm not going to demo that now, just to show you that, as I said before, you've got full control over geographic and non-geographic numbers. It provides some additional capability and features as part of the service. You can see on the right-hand column there. But really where it comes into Teams, it provides an overlay, so it gives some additional reporting from an inbound perspective. Now you can see what top 10 locations where customers are calling from, calling trends over 6 months. You can see your busy hours, how many calls are getting through. This is something you have access to and you can provide out as an additional managed service to your customers. Equally, you can give the customers access to this as well. So you've got performance statistics as well as some advanced statistics as well. This can be sent on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, email to your clients as well. This is where you can manage and build the call plans. So you can see a very simple call plan on the left-hand side. What happens if there is a network error, calls aren't able to pass through Teams? Now it goes to Hunt Group, and you've got 2 numbers, destination numbers that will now ring in the event of any issues. And then you've got, as I say, you can do as simple or as complex call routing at a network level via the Citrix Call Manager platform. That platform can, for business continuity as well as some of the statistics, you can see on the move via the mobile app as well. So if there is a fire alarm in the building, you could activate across all numbers or just the main number. Now activate that, your business continuity plan kicks in, and now calls are routed elsewhere. But all of that is done on the move, on the fly, via the mobile app. So quite a powerful additional value-added service. And then lastly for me, it's really around that service. To summarise, I hope you agree we've made some fantastic developments around the voice app, providing a simple, easy way to provision the service, saving you sort of time and resource. We've had that 100% uptime of the service, that rock solid platform and service we're delivering to you. It's a high available, resilient, fully scalable cloud service. Citrix Call Manager just touched on, that's part and parcel of the service. So why not contact Novola, ask to test the service today, so you and your customers. We have that test tenant available, so it's available for you to get up and running and play around with. And yeah, I hope you found that interesting, and I'll pass you back to Craig, and we can sort of open up for any questions.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Paul. Okay then, so Nuvola Distribution, next steps. So partnering with ourselves and Gamma, there's no commitment. You don't need to do a certain amount of business. It's very much a case of we'll work with you. Again, we'll plan out marketing strategies. We can look at social media awareness. We can help with LinkedIn posts, put onto your website, and also as well we can look at sales activities as well, incentive days and things like that. So our marketing team will work very closely with your marketing team as well. So to build a big plan to then move forward into your customers. So like I said, we'll work together hand in hand to get the business over the line. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to move on to questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass over to Ian Blackman, who is the Gamma account manager here at Nuvola Distribution. So yeah, over to you, Ian.
Hi there, thanks Craig, thanks Paul. Just run through a few questions that we've had in during the webinar. Firstly, are the minutes pooled, and can you make international calls? Paul, can you help me with that one?
Yeah, sure. So yes, they are. So all those minutes are pooled for the geographic and mobile across the entire tenant. And for international calls, Novola will be international as well as any out of bundled minutes. There'll be CDRs, so you'll be able to get those on a monthly basis for any calls which are made over and above or out of bundled minutes.
Excellent. Another one that I'm going to push your way, if I may, please, Paul. How do I migrate to Teams?
Okay, so migration teams, if it's really where your numbers sit, so there's sort of 1 in 3 chance those numbers probably already on our network. If they are, then those numbers can be simply moved individually to the new service. So from the existing service, if those numbers are on our network, we can just move those numbers over onto the new service, drip feed them or in one go. Other ways is that those numbers will sit with another provider, so that you need to port those numbers onto the service. So yeah, porting would be separate and included and delivered with Novola.
That's great, thanks, Paul. Another question here: will Nuvola be distributing other Gamma solutions? Direct routing for Teams is the primary focus that we're on with at the moment, but we do have access to the entire Gamma platform if it's something that you need. So if you have other requirements, please do reach out to me. I'm sure I can help. The final question, last but not least: does Nuvola provide Teams certified hardware? And the answer to that is yes, we certainly do. We offer hardware for telephony, UC, and meeting room solutions. As it happens, in the near future, we will be holding a Microsoft Teams ecosystem event with a broad array of vendors present. So keep your eyes out for the invite. That's all for now. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for attending, and thanks, and we'll speak to you soon.